got new mic placement today. I noticed in the last video I did, well, hello folks. I noticed in the last video I did, the mic placement wasn't great, and it'd get a lot of wind wrapping, so I'm hoping this is a little bit better. But we shall see. Gorgeous day out. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how warm it is. It said 65 when I was leaving, but I think it's warmer than that, to be frank. To be curt, if I'm going to be curt, then I think it's a little bit warmer than 65. So what's happening, folks? I needed to run some errands, so I figured get on the old bike. I don't even have a car at this point. It's still in New Jersey. I went back a couple weeks ago to pick up the old bike ski, and then the missus is going to pick up the car and bring it back. So I'm pretty much bike now, which is okay. I mean, I got gear. I can handle the rain. So it's not really a major concern, major conflict. What's a conflict is people that stop at fucking green lights, like this clown. But topic for discussion today. So I was thinking, I guess I've had some pretty decent stories about haircuts that I've had in the past. So I think I'll run through the haircut, the basic essential of the haircut. It's not really an essential. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. Penske file. Whoop. So the haircut. So I used to get my haircut by this guy named Mr. Shin. He was a little Asian guy, and he was great. He was the best. And Mr. Shin used to cut my hair. I'd go in, no matter what you asked for, he'd give you the same haircut. So I'm always a 3 on the sides and back, scissor on top. And Mr. Shin didn't believe in the 3 on the sides and the back. He just kind of cut it how he felt like he wanted to cut it. And you know, after a while, I began to like the Mr. Shin cuts. They weren't bad cuts. I wasn't such a hater of the Mr. Shin cut. But then I think I moved or something happened where I stopped going to him because he was just kind of far away. It was just inconvenient. So then I was a Supercuts guy. Still am a Supercuts guy. And I tell that to any adult, and they're like, "What are you doing going to Supercuts?" I'm like, "Well, it's a $12, $15 haircut, whatever it is. I don't need to spend $40 on a haircut every 2 months because you need them every 2 months." I'm content with it. Doesn't come out that terrible. I mean, I have enough issues when it comes to my physical appearance that a haircut ain't gonna make or break it. My kid, I'm fucking gorgeous. When I was in school, I went to school in Orlando, and there was a school that was like a, you know, trade school for people getting their haircut. Barbers, if you will. It was a trade school for barbers. And I remember going in there, and it was a 3-hour haircut because they didn't use a buzzer. Christ. Slow ass cars. They refused to use buzzers, so it was strictly a scissor cut only. And it took 3 hours, and it wasn't even that good. It was just, you know, but they had to call the teacher over every couple minutes. It probably wasn't 3 hours, but it was over 2 hours. It was probably like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I didn't time it, but I remember it took my whole afternoon. I wanted a quick cut, and I was like, "Oh, they do them for free?" Yeah, it's students. They're teaching. I'm like, "I can't butcher me that bad." 3 hours. Nobody wants 3-hour haircut. Greg certainly doesn't want 3-hour haircut. FC Greg. That was a pretty terrible one. You know, the basic, once you go in for a haircut, like, I don't really care for people that want to chat. Not that I don't care for that, but I don't want to chat. I'm good without having to chat. And people just want to fucking chew your ear off. The worst is when they're cutting your hair and they have to, like, stop to chat. They have to, like, stop and chat with you. Like, stop what they're doing to tell you a story. I assure you, I do not care about the story. I mean, I'll be nice and I'll have a decent conversation with you, but I don't really care. It's very, very little care for me. Don't tell me your stories. I don't want it. Hey, Supercuts. Look at that. I don't want to concern myself with it. I'd rather you just wouldn't tell me it to begin with, because it's not doing anything for me. It's delaying my haircut, especially when you have to stop and, like, look at me, and I'm looking at you through a mirror. Another thing that's great about the haircuts is the fucking pictures that they have up on the wall and in their books are like 50 years old. That's a nice mural. Like 50 years old. Like, you can't update your stuff. I don't really care what fucking old actors wore in the 50s. I couldn't think of an old actor, that's why I said it. This guy with the fucking shitty teeth. I don't know. I forget. So when I first came to Boston, I went to a Supercuts, and they didn't do a good job, to say the very least. The woman there, like, clearly didn't know what she was doing, but she thought she knew what she was doing. She somehow ruined her scissors. She's like, oh, well, there's $500 scissors down the drain. I'm like, you have $500 scissors and you don't know how to cut hair? You could have gotten $12 scissors and been just as terrible. But the manager came over like halfway through and took a look and was like, yeah, clearly you don't know what you're doing. Next time she does a haircut for somebody else, she's like, you know what, why don't you shadow me next time? So I'm convinced it was like her first haircut. And it was really bad. I mean, she barely took anything off. That was the big problem. She didn't take anything off. So yeah, that's what I got for haircuts. Tips, make sure they know what they're doing. Don't buy a really expensive fucking haircut either. It seems a bit silly to spend the big bucks on a haircut when you can get one for 10, 12 bucks.